If you're a non-native English speaker who wants to use English in a natural sounding way, one of the ways you can do so is to use correct intonation. This is part 2 of an 8-part series where I share with you how to adjust your intonation depending on what you want to communicate. We looked at the meaning of intonation, which is the rising or falling of a speaker's voice while he or she is speaking. I also mentioned that intonation gives clues about the purpose of what's being said and a speaker's feelings. Let's now look at some additional information about how you should go up or down with your intonation depending on what you're asking. In the last video, we looked at how intonation goes up or down depending on whether you're asking a yes or no question or a WH question. When we're asking for new information, we tend to go downward with our intonation. For example, what's your name? How old are you? If we are to then follow up at a later time with asking for the same information, we tend to go upward with our intonation. For example, what's your name? How old are you? As I explained in part 1, we tend to go upward with our intonation at the end of yes or no questions. However, there is something more to be mindful of. You may also go upward with your intonation in another word, even though it's not at the end of the question, depending on the meaning that that word will help you to convey with your question. For example, is he the owner of the new franchise? By going upward with my intonation on he, I am distinguishing the person I'm talking about from every other person. This means I'm questioning whether this specific person that I'm referring to is the owner as opposed to females or other males. This specific male is the focus of my question. Now I'll highlight another word in the question. Is he the owner of the new franchise? In this question, I am trying to determine if the person I'm talking about is the only owner, as opposed to one of several owners of the new franchise. Let's go again. Is he the owner of the new franchise? In this question, I'm trying to find out if the person I'm talking about is the owner of the new franchise as opposed to an employee there or even a competitor. I'll now emphasize another word in the question to convey another meaning. Is he the owner of the new franchise? In this question, I am specifying the new franchise as opposed to an old one. Finally, I'll ask the question highlighting yet another word. Is he the owner of the new franchise? I'm trying to determine if the person I'm talking about is the owner of a specific type of business entity. So now we've looked at how you change your intonation depending on the type of question that you're asking. If you found this video useful, please like and share it and subscribe to my channel for future videos. You may also benefit from free English speaking practice sessions by joining me and a community of non-native English speakers who want to improve their English for business and other purposes. You can do this using the link below. Before I go, I want to also invite you to check out my free training, which tells about 4 critical elements that must be part of any system that you choose to use to improve your English communication skills, and what happens when you don't have these critical elements in the solution you choose. You'll also learn what the one game-changing factor is that will make learning English for you as a non-native speaker easier. And I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, this is Marcia. It was my pleasure to serve you English on a platter. Bye-bye.